In my past life, my parents racked up $1 million in debt, faked their deaths with my brother, and left me behind to deal with the collectors. When the cops showed up, they told me, a parent's debt is the kid's to pay, that's just how it is. I had no choice. I put the house up for sale. The collectors dragged me to their realtor, who took one look at the deed and called it fake. Said the house had already been signed over to my uncle. On New Year's Eve, I knelt outside my uncle's door begging him to give it back. My aunt stormed out and slapped me. A kid pays the parent's debt. That's just how it is. We don't owe you anything. On the second day of the new year, the collectors put me on a boat, and that's how my life at sea started. Each trip was 6 months minimum, a year at most. I never knew how much I made. It all went straight to the collectors. I was young and broke, so the other crew members walked all over me. I kept telling myself I was paying off my parents' debt and just kept pushing. I turned into a machine. 17 hours of work, 6 hours of sleep, and 1 hour to eat, wash up, and use the bathroom. That went on for 13 years straight, never once off a boat. The second we docked to unload, I'd get moved to the next one. On New Year's Eve of my 30th year, when the boat docked, I just needed to go home. I slipped past the captain and snuck off the port. When I dragged my beaten-up body back to the house I hadn't been to in 13 years, there were my dead parents, my brother, and a room full of relatives. Nobody expected to see me. Why'd you leave the boat? Get back out there. Don't come in. You smell like fish. Bro, go shower and change before you come back in. Not a cent in my pocket. 50 kilometers. I walked every step of it back. Whatever was going on in that house, it had nothing to do with me anymore.
Chin Xiaolian. What were you thinking? You faked your death, claimed you owed over $1 million, got friends to play debt collectors, transferred the house to Chin Jiaxian, sent Chin Shi out to sea, and had me dress up as a cop to scare him. That was the cop from back then.
Look, Chin Shi just couldn't stop competing with his little brother Chin Chuan. Chin Chuan picked up painting. Chin Shi went out and bought books to teach himself. Chin Chuan entered an art competition. Chin Shi secretly signed up too. Chin Chuan got an honorable mention. Chin Shi took first place and got early admission to an art college. If Chin Shi hadn't entered that competition, that early admission spot would have gone to Chin Chuan. Instead, Chin Chuan ended up at some private art school. Brothers competing for everything. When we're old, Chin Shi would have flipped the whole household upside down. Luckily, I knew a boat captain who needed crew. We figured Chin Shi was old enough. This would toughen him up and give him steady work. So we put the plan together. Lucky I've got a lot of friends. Everyone came through, and it worked out, right? Chin Shi's got steady work now. I heard fishing pays really well. Hey, not bad, and about 200K a year, give or take. Anyway, the captain sends all of Chin Shi's earnings straight to me. Leave some for him? For what? Where's he gonna spend money out on the water? Besides, did we raise him for free? Chin Chuan's private art school isn't cheap, so Chin Shi's earnings help cover that. Plus his brother's getting married soon. House, ring, gifts, all of it costs money. Chin Shi chipping in is totally normal. It's the new year. Stop bringing up that bad omen. What kind of kid ditches work on New Year's to sneak home? Total disgrace. Mom, Dad, everyone, I want to raise a toast. Wishing you all a happy new year, good health, and all the best. It was all a setup. The kid they loved could do no wrong. The kid they resented couldn't even breathe right. My whole existence was just to clear the path for Chin Chuan. I knew you'd be out here. What are you doing here? Mom and Dad asked where you went. I told them I'd come find you. You here to take me home? Ha! Still as naive as ever, bro. Not a chance. Dead men are sometimes more useful than alive ones. I'll just tell them I looked everywhere and couldn't find you. Probably went back to the boat. I didn't make it to heaven. Didn't end up in hell either, just drifting somewhere in between. Bro, you had a rough ending. The next day my parents came and put on a whole crying show. Chin Chuan filmed it all and posted it online. It blew up instantly. They sued the authorities and walked away with 200K. At the wedding reception, they were all laughing and smiling. The people who had played me, they partied like nothing ever happened. I swore if I ever got another shot, I'd take back my own life, and God actually gave me that chance. Chin Shi, your parents and your brother are dead. Since you walked right to my door, don't say I didn't warn you. Are you out of it? Your whole family's gone. Hand it over. Hand what over? The death certificate. What death certificate? When someone dies, you need a death certificate before you can cremate them. Your parents and brother died in a car accident out of town. I get it. You don't have to explain. But unless it happened outside the country, a death certificate is required. Your parents and brother are already cremated. Well, so where's the certificate? Which funeral home did it? Sioux Funeral Home. They cremated them without a death certificate? Yeah. The hearse brought them in, no way to store the bodies, so they just went ahead and cremated them. Chin Shi, who are you calling? The complaint hotline. What are you calling the complaint line for? To report them for illegally cremating bodies without a death certificate. Uncle, thanks for that info. Now everyone involved is going down, and they'll owe me damages, at least $1 million. Once the payout comes through, I'll cut you 200K. Uncle, hold on, what are you doing? This is a serious crime. If anyone can just cremate a body without a death certificate, there'd be no murder cases anymore, just missing persons. I was reborn. In my past life, my parents racked up $1 million in debt. Faked their death.